What is up, my Mr. Kraken friends? It is Aqua here, back with another video, and today we are going to be filling out, guys, it's that time again, March Madness, probably one of my favorite times of year, so, yeah, let's get into things. Can I zoom in? I guess not. Anyway, so let's start over with the South. I'm going to go with, I like UMBC, but I'm going to go with UVA, pretty obvious. Now, this matchup could be close. It looks like they have good defense. I'm thinking of going for Kansas State, but I'm not sure. I might go with Creighton, so hopefully that works. I was thinking of maybe doing a flip, but I think Kentucky just can really do a lot of good stuff. So, yeah, Arizona. I'm not sure about the upset here, and I might actually go for the upset. But let's look first. All right, RPI rank. Really, one away. That's pretty cool. Their opponent's points per game are 62. It's not the easiest, but I think I'm going to have to go with, points per game. I kind of feel the upset. I'm going to go with Loyola Chicago. Tennessee, I don't think they're going to get upset. They seem pretty good. Now this, I'm going to go for the mini upset of Texas. Over here we got Cincinnati. Going back down, Xavier. I'm going to go with Missouri. I think they can pull it off. OSU, guys, my team, OSU. I hope they win, but I don't think they will. The Zags. San Diego State, another one of my faves, but I think Houston is going to definitely get the win. I don't see Michigan really being upset. Michigan is very good and very strong team. Another mini upset here, Providence, and I'm going to go with UNC. And I think Providence just feels, well, I don't know. I feel like Providence can win, though. I feel like they can win, is all I'll say. So then we got Villanova. Between these two teams, I feel like, let's just look at the stats for these two teams. 4-4, 4-3 versus top 25. And it looks like Virginia Tech would probably be able to pull off the win. I'm going to go with them. Yeah, I'm going to go with Virginia Tech. West Virginia, I think West Virginia is really actually strong. Stronger than you might think. Wichita State, the Shockers. I think Florida's going to win. For this matchup, I kind of feel the SF Austin going for another upset as a 14 seed. Right here, we're going to go with Butler. I think Butler is a pretty good team, actually. I'm not sure about this year, but I think they are. Purdue. And we're down here, Midwest. I'm going to go with Kansas. Right here, I'm going to go with Seton Hall. One of the people that was talking about the brackets said that Seton Hall should have gotten a better draw going against potentially Kansas in the second round, which I was like, oh, I don't know, all right. But yeah, over here, I feel like the Aggies can pull it off. Like, they're usually at the bottom here, but I feel like they can pull it off. I don't really like Clemson, so I'm gonna go with them. Mexico State. Auburn, I don't think they'll lose to Charleston, but right here, I think ASU or Syracuse would win. And over here, Michigan State, obviously. For here, I've heard some negative things about Oklahoma being in the tournament instead of Oklahoma State. So I'm going to go with Rhode Island. And they are the higher seed. All right, Duke. And let's go over to the top here, where you've got Virginia. Moving on, advancing. I don't think they're going to be upset, even though Virginia gets beaten a little bit sometimes. And then round 2. This is going to be a really good matchup, honestly. It's not an easy matchup, but I think the Wildcats will kind of pull it off, to be honest. Yeah, they're pretty high up in their conference. Their points per game are pretty good. They've been good in the last 9 games. So I'm going to go with Arizona. And they have this really good player that I think he could get the carry. He might get the carry, but I think down here I don't see Loyola Chicago. I don't really know that much about them. I don't think they'll beat Tennessee. I'm going with Tennessee on that one. And right down here, everyone is really talking highly about Texas. So I'm going to investigate them. Let's see. Only 57 points per game, but... Oh, wait. Opponents' points per game. These are 2 defensive teams. But I think the Bearcats will... Yeah, what have they done? They've beaten Texas Tech once. Lost them twice. I really do think that the Bearcats will pull it off, but I wouldn't be surprised, really, if Texas actually pulled it off. Alright, now we're down here. A lot of people are actually saying the upset of Missouri over Xavier, which I see that, but I'm going to go with Xavier. And then right down here, I really want OSU to be good and win, but yeah, I really think that the Zags are probably going to pull it off. And then down here, we have, this is going to be a really close game, actually. Michigan won I've been following Big Ten. Big Ten is the best. And I don't know, this is really interesting, though. Yeah. I think that Michigan is going to win because, I don't know, they just seem like a really strong and smart team. They beat Michigan State. They actually won the Big Ten championships, which it was no easy deal. They had to go against Purdue, and they had to go against Michigan State, and they actually won that. So, yeah. Down here, I don't think UNC is going to be upset in round 2. And then back up over here, I'm going to go with Nova. I don't think I hope we don't have another repeat or something where Villanova, loses. Right down here, from what I've heard, West Virginia is going to be good. So I'm moving them on. And right down here, Florida moving on to the Sweet 16. They're always around, Florida is. Down here, I'm going to go with Purdue. And right down here, I think there could be a potential Kansas upset, but I really don't see it happening right here. So I'm moving them on. And then Auburn gets into the Sweet 16. Michigan State and Duke. Now, I know... Yeah, guys, this is all chalk. A lot of this I know is chalk, except for Florida and West Virginia, but I'm thinking it'll get interesting soon. So right up here, I'm doing the upset, Arizona. I think they can beat them. Now here, Tennessee and Cincinnati. Let's compare these 2 teams. So, opponents' points per game. The Bearcats are a very defensive team, and let's watch. Last 12 games, they've done basically the same stuff. Yeah, ACC regular season champs. Ooh, it's interesting. So, they lost by 9 to Villanova. They beat Purdue. They lost to Auburn. They beat Kentucky twice and lost once. They've beaten Texas A&M. They lost to Xavier. They beat Wichita State, beat Houston twice, beat Buffalo, beat UCLA, and I think that the Bearcats are pretty strong, I'd say, so I'm moving them on. Now, Joe Lunardi was saying that West Virginia would beat Villanova in the Sweet 16, but I just really don't. Yeah, 2 versus 29. I know that doesn't mean too much, but yeah, they're 4-0 against top 25. But, I really just don't see it. I think that they are very good, and Villanova, I always root for them, but they don't always come through, but I think this will be the year. And then I think the Boilermakers will take out Florida. We have Kansas and Auburn down in the Midwest, so I don't think they're going to be upset by Auburn. Auburn doesn't really seem too good. And guys, this is the game to watch, so we're going to come back to that. But over here, oh, there's so many good games, guys. Right here, bit of an upset. I'm going to go with the Zags. Look, this is pretty close. And I think the Zags definitely have a really good chance. Now, this is another hard game, guys. Ooh, this is really hard. But I feel like Michigan is going to move on. I feel like if they can beat out Houston and they won the Big Ten championship, I know that's not a big one, but there were a couple of good teams in there. I feel like they can, yeah, like this defense is pretty good, and I think that Michigan will pull it off slightly, maybe a nice sink of a 3, but that's all it takes, really, in March Madness. So, now, guys, this matchup, oh, it's really hard. But I got to go with MSU. Now, all right, we're down to the Elite 8. Here, I'm going to go with the Zonas. Wait, is that how you say it? Wait. The Zonas. So, but I'm not completely sure because it looks like we got the Bearcats versus the Wildcats. This is going to be an interesting matchup. And I think that the Bearcats, I was saying Zona, but I think the Bearcats can actually pull it out. So I'm going to come back to that. Over here, I think it's finally time for Villanova to be knocked out because they get knocked out every year. Every single year I root for them, and then they lose. But yeah, over here, Michigan State versus Kansas. I'm going with Michigan State, guys. Strong, smart team. And over here, the Zags versus Michigan State. I'm going to go with, this is a really tough matchup. But again, we have to look, they're both defensive teams. And the Zags have a better points per game. So I'm going to go with the Zags. It's an interesting one, but I think they can pull it out. So, all right, we're down to over here. I'm going with the Bearcats. Sorry, Wildcats, but... And this is my Final Four, guys. Interesting stuff, guys. Really interesting stuff. But I think I might need to make a change. I know this is kind of weird, but I'm going to go back and pick UVA. I think they can do it. I think they can make it to the Final Four. But in the Final Four, I have them losing to the Zags. And then over here, guys, it's a Big Ten matchup. I think the winner is going to be Michigan State in that game. So, all right. Now, between these two, I think it's going to be Michigan State. That is my pick. Let us see how this would probably go down. So, points per game, their opponents' points per game, I just think they could pull it off. Like, this is basically the exact same thing, but I think Michigan State will just have that edge and pull it out for the victory. All right. So, versus top 25, they've played them more 6 times. Zags have played them twice. Top 24 team. MSU is good. So, I think they're going to win it. I think it's going to be really close. I think it's a 2-point game. of a 80 to 78. There we have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully, well, we'll find out soon enough if my predictions are right. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe. And this is Aqua G. Peace out.